Hello everyone and welcome to Peak Life. I'm Kristen Maurer here with my friends from Public Works, Allison Harper, Public Information Coordinator, and Jake Lewis. Jake is the Acting Engineering Manager and the Construction Manager at Public Works. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I know you guys have a lot going on right now all over the city. First thing I want to talk about, we'll dive right in. Let's hear about the Mount Pleasant Road Phase 2 widening project. Tell us about that.
So this project we recently completed. It established a center dual left turn lane up the middle of Mount Pleasant from Cooper's Ditch to Centerville, two 12-foot lanes, and then a sidewalk connection along the northern side of Mount Pleasant Road.
Fantastic. So what is the project schedule? Tell us about that.
So we started construction in January 24 of Phase 2. We just finished it in late fall, technically December of 24. And that's for Phase 2, which is what's been under construction that's recently wrapped up.
Okay. So Jake, will this stretch of Mount Pleasant Road be resurfaced? And if so, what is the timeline for that work?
So yes, the city does have plans to resurface it. It'll be from Cooper's Ditch to Centerville Road, pretty much through all of Phase 2. And that work is slated, or it will happen spring of 25, sooner the better.
Okay, and I know this location does involve a railroad crossing. So can you tell us a little bit about that and what the railroad's involvement will be in this project?
So anytime you deal with the railroad on a capital project, there's a lot of coordination. We're handling that, we're working through that. The railroad has upgraded their at-grade crossing on Mount Pleasant, and they will actually be the ones installing the pedestrian signalization and gates for the sidewalk over the tracks.
Awesome. So moving on to the Mount Pleasant Road Phase 3. Talk about that.
So Phase 3 is at the tracks, and a part of that is stormwater. We're upgrading the stormwater crossing under Mount Pleasant Road on the west side of the tracks. And then we will be putting in the sidewalk connection that will connect east to west side, and then that'll give us that full-on connection all the way through the corridor to Centerville Road.
A lot of stuff happening there. So let's move on to the Oaklet Bridge rehab project. What can you tell us about that?
So like you said, this is a rehab project of the Oaklet Bridge. It's to increase the service life and to get a longer life out of the bridge. It's funded by the VDOT State of Good Repair program. And it's a lot of it has to do with the pile jackets, which will enhance the piles of the bridge, deck and beam, and small repairs with joint repairs on the deck. So it's kind of like a revamp of the existing structure to get a longer life out of it.
Well, that sounds very safe and like a great idea. Glad you guys are doing it. So tell me about the project schedule.
So that project started in September of 2024. Currently, the schedule is September of 2025 completion, but and we're on schedule or slightly ahead.
Great. So this project is happening now, like you said. What can motorists expect throughout this duration of this project?
So Indian River Road at this location is pretty big. It's pretty busy. We have had lane closures, traffic shifting to opposite sides of the bridge. So it's a lot. Every phase is a little bit different. And Allison's been doing, the public notices for as we go along.
And she does a fantastic job. They never stop.
Yep. Yes. So we try to keep everyone up to date on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime that there's a traffic shift or lane closure, I will put that out on our travel advisory page and our Chesapeake Roads Twitter account. The important thing to remember, though, with any time there are cloosures, there will always remain one travel lane in each direction on that road.
Okay.
So never will be a full closure.
Okay, good to know. Now let's move on to the Shillelagh Road and Shoulder Improvement Project. Talk about that a little bit.
So this phase of Shillelagh Road, it added a 15-foot grass shoulder, moved the ditch back away from Shillelagh Road, and then added 3 feet of asphalt to widen the road so that we get wider lanes. Okay. We just wrapped up construction on that phase. It was dual funded rural road safety program and drainage, or the capital project for Shillelagh Road.
Okay, so we're in the second phase then of that project?
That was technically Phase 3, but it's done. And then we've added on to that with widening Shillelagh even further south, like maybe another mile, with some separate money, also rural road safety to improve the safety of that corridor even further south.
Awesome. So how about the Great Bridge Boulevard at Battlefield Boulevard intersection improvement projects? I know this is going to help with traffic congestion and that type of thing. Tell me about that.
So the project will add another through lane on Great Bridge Boulevard, like if you were going towards the water tower to cross over Battlefield. So we're, like you said, we're in construction. Utility relocation are done. We're working with the church right there. It's kind of a sensitive area with being a church, busy area, and it's a very busy
Sure.
intersection. So
Okay. And so speaking of busy, tell me about how many vehicles travel in that area daily.
the latest estimates we have are around 75,000 through the intersection. So
Okay. Well,
it's busy. It's a lot of stuff going on. So we're working through
significant
that.
project and significant motorists. So tell me the timeline on that.
We started construction January 25, and we're shooting for late summer of 25
Okay.
for that. So you'll see a new signal going up, some site work going on, and again, lane closures, notices, stuff like that.
Well, that was going to actually be my my next question is, as the project progresses, there will be then some lane closures. What are some of those expectations in the area?
So we have the lane closure on the right of the turn lane. That comes with a truck detour. Trucks are not supposed to turn right on battlefields, have like tractor trailers, and we're actually sending those to the expressway as a detour, the 168.
Okay. So all of this costs, these are big projects, they cost big money. Let's talk about the budget. What is the budget for this project?
So that project's like 1.85 million.
Wow.
And it's a mix between some state and local funds on it, but there's a lot of state funding on it.
So with that kind of money, obviously there are big benefits for the motorists. Tell us what those are.
So overall, I think the easiest way to say it is you're just going to see a better efficiency through that intersection, especially for people on Great Bridge Boulevard. It's been a backed up area during peak hours, so that's what this project's going to help with.
Okay, that's great to know. Well, let's move on to number 10 lane bridge replacement project. What are the details on that?
So this is a smaller bridge. It's down in southern Chesapeake off number 10 lane. The existing bridge needs to be replaced, and that's exactly what we're doing with the project. So we're going to replace it with a box culvert, do some ditch upgrades along in the immediate vicinity of it. But in short, that's what we're doing with that.
Okay. And the start date on that?
Late February 2025, and then wrapping up like August 25. That's the schedule. So we're very close to putting a shovel in the ground. It hasn't quite happened yet.
Okay. And I know we're covering a lot today, but let's talk about the Johnstown Road widening project and tell us about those improvements as well.
So this is kind of the part of Johnstown Road at Hanbury. It's going to add a center turn lane on Johnstown from Hanbury to Waters, and then involve like some signal modifications at the intersection of Hanbury and Johnstown.
Excellent. And what's the schedule for that?
So we started this one in January 2025, and it's supposed to wrap up July 2025. As of now, it's on schedule, but we're early and hope to continue to keep that.
Okay. Well, that's all great information. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. We know you guys are out there working hard to make things better for all of us in our great city, so we appreciate that. Allison, let's move on to you and talk a little bit about the Public Works Field Maintenance app. What is the significance of that, and how can people utilize it to their advantage?
Yes, so we're really excited about this app. It went live this fall. So this app really displays what our crews do out in the field. They do very valuable work, and we want to make sure that the residents are aware of that. Some specifications about this app, though, is that these are not current work orders. They're not. They are only focused on the completed work orders by staff. So the way this works is that if a customer service request is generated, it goes in our system, a work order is then generated, staff will go out and investigate, they'll perform the work, close the work order, and then that is what viewers will see through this app, is the completed work orders. Those work orders focus on different areas, transportation, so for like road resurfacing, streets, you could see pothole repairs, traffic, they could see signal repairs. So it's all those different types of work that we do out in the field that residents can actually view and see. So when you bring up the app, we really shows how much work we really do. So
wow, that's very cool. And so what I hear you saying is that if someone calls in and says, hey, there's a pothole, in this location, and they put in a request to have that fixed, that's not going to populate immediately. It's going to be after that work is done, correct?
Yep,
okay.
That is correct. And then that app is updated the 15th of every month. Residents can search back all the way to March of 2024. So
wow.
We definitely want to get the word out about that app. We think it's valuable information, and we again just want to show the residents how much work our crews actually do out in the field.
That you guys are doing the work, and also it answers their questions to see
Yes.
if it's been done. Yeah, fantastic. So where can residents access this app?
So it is available in two places. Our website, cityofchesapeake.net /public works. It is on our operations division webpage as well as our projects webpage.
Awesome. Well, once again, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here today. We've learned a lot, we've covered a lot, and we're just really appreciative for the hard work that Public Works, that you guys do here in our city.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And thank all of you for being here with us today, and we will see you next time on Peak Life.